Welcome back to Shizu Bites, and today we are exploring one of the most fascinating heritage sites in the world, Hampi.
This is Mahatma.
Once the glorious capital of the Vijayanagara Empire in the 14th-16th centuries, it was among the richest cities on earth. Today, its ruins still echo stories of kings, battles, devotion, and art. Let's begin our journey through its temples and monuments in order. Our first stop is the Kadalakalu Ganesha, a massive monolithic statue of Lord Ganesha carved out of a single boulder. The name comes from the round shape of his belly, which looks like a Bengal gram or Kadale Kalu in Kannada. It's a perfect example of the Vijayanagara artisan's skill in bringing life to stone. Next, the Krishna Temple. This temple was built in 1513 CE by the great Vijayanagara king Krishnadevaraya, one of the most celebrated rulers of the Vijayanagara Empire.
That pillar is through 10 forms. So like a Dasavata, 10 forms. First fish, second tortoise, third pig, fourth lion, Narsimha, Vamana, Parshurama, Rama, Krishna, Buddha, 10 forms of fish.
He constructed it after his victorious campaign against the eastern kingdom of Udayagiri in Orissa. The temple was dedicated to Lord Krishna, and the main idol worshipped here was Balakrishna, the child form of Krishna, which Krishnadevaraya brought back from Udayagiri as a war trophy and installed here with great devotion.
Krishna's festival day and special day and Krishnashtami day, these are hooks here. Like hanging the flowers decoration, flowers.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we have two holes here, two holes arranged for the cradle. Jula. And that Jula decoration fully and put in the Krishna statue. Devotees swinging, very grandly celebrated, swinging and dancing, grandly celebrated Krishnashtami day, sir. But inside no statue. Just you can go the middle place, just observe things, and then left side you walk around some photography. I waiting for the outside. Yeah.
The architecture of this temple is a true gem of the Vijayanagara style. The entrance tower, though partly in ruins today, still shows the grandeur of its past. Inside, you'll notice beautifully carved pillars, lotus motifs, yali, mythical lion-like creatures, and scenes from the Ramayana and Mahabharata sculpted in stone. These carvings are not just decorative, they narrate stories and reflect the spiritual and cultural richness of that era. The temple complex also has a spacious courtyard, pillared halls, and subsidiary shrines. Imagine, nearly 500 years ago, this place would have been filled with music, rituals, and devotees. Just nearby, we have two iconic structures, the Lakshmi Narsimha statue, a 6.7-meter tall monolith showing Lord Vishnu in his Narsimha form. Sadly, the figure of goddess Lakshmi on his lap is damaged, but the fierce expression of Narsimha still feels alive. And right next to it is the Badavilinga temple, housing a 3-meter tall Shiva Linga, always surrounded by water from a natural spring, a symbol of purity and eternity. Our journey continues to the mysterious underground Shiva temple. Built in the 16th century, this temple lies below ground level, which is why water often seeps into its sanctum even today. Dedicated to Lord Shiva, it was once used for royal worship by the Vijayanagara kings. The temple's design is simple yet striking, long pillared corridors leading to the Garbhagriha, which often stays submerged, adding to its mystical aura. Though the original Shiva Linga isn't worshipped anymore, the quietness and coolness here give you an almost otherworldly experience. So if you are in Hampi, don't miss this hidden gem, a temple that feels frozen in time and legend. Now we step into the royal enclosure, once the heart of power. This is the base of the king's palace, which must have been a grand structure of wood and stone. Though only the foundations remain, you can still feel the scale of the empire's power. Close by is the base of the Queen's Palace and the enchanting Lotus Mahal, a blend of Hindu and Islamic architecture, shaped like a blooming lotus. This was probably a royal leisure pavilion, and even today, it feels airy and elegant. Look around and you'll find tall watchtowers guarding the palace complex, and the majestic elephant stables where the royal elephants were housed. The stables have beautiful domed chambers, each unique in design, reflecting Indo-Islamic influences. Before we continue, don't miss the Archaeological Museum at Kamalapur. It holds sculptures, coins, tools, and artifacts that bring Hampi's glorious past to life. Sri Rama Temple. This temple was built during the Vijayanagara period and, as the name suggests, it is dedicated to Lord Rama. What makes it truly special is the way it preserves the epic of the Ramayana through carvings. As you walk along the temple walls and pillars, you'll see detailed scenes, Rama's exile, the battle with Ravana, Hanuman's heroic moments, and the coronation of Rama.
Maharaj Ayodhya king and the Raja Guru Vasishtha Rishi. King asked him, Ayodhya people very healthy and take care of people. And any some problem, immediately arrange it. But I am 3 married, no children. Tell me any suggestion. King asked him. Your Guru said you can make a special Putra Kamashtyaga, always helpful your life is that Guru. That's why Maharaj celebrated Putra Kamashtyaga. After they are give the honey prasad, 3 wives, after 4 children, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna.
It almost feels like the whole story has been captured in stone centuries ago. Architecturally, the temple follows the classic Vijayanagara style, pillared halls, an open courtyard, and beautifully sculpted mantapas. Though it's not as crowded as some other temples in Hampi, its peaceful atmosphere makes it a perfect spot to pause, sit, and soak in the artistry. For history and mythology lovers, this temple is a treasure, where devotion meets storytelling in stone.
First floor audience hall, second floor steps here, that is Darbar hall. This is all Krishna Devaraya palace. I said you 59,000 square meter in this area, 43 chambers. Totally 90% sandalwood structures. Only based only stone. And very valuable things. Decoration is high level, costly things arranged for the palace area. Sultans came in very hungry, aggressive, but valuable things they also put the fire action completely gone, sir.
Back at the palace complex, you can see the remains of the king's residential structures and the sophisticated water canal system that supplied water across the city.
Water storage tank. Here to Kamalapur. I see your hotel, Kamala, 3 kilometers for big lake. The lake to Tungabhadra water, the lake to come to the water, full the tank. This is all distributed aquatic channel up to go to the Lotus Mall, Pansapari Market, and then Ajara Mata, Elephant Stable, water go to the canal. Aquatic channel. Small platform here, and little glass. Same directly this kind of canal go to the swimming pool, but that canal is gone, only swimming pool.
The engineering is truly impressive for its time. Right next to it is the beautiful step tank, a geometric marvel built with precision. This was likely used for sacred rituals and water storage. Standing here, you can admire the symmetry that survived for centuries. The Queen's Bath. This structure was built during the Vijayanagara Empire in the 15th century, most likely for the royal women of the palace. Despite the name, it wasn't just for queens, it was probably used by royal ladies and members of the court for leisure and relaxation. From the outside, the Queen's Bath looks very simple, just a large rectangular building. But step inside, and you'll see the beauty. The central pool is 15 by 30 meters wide and 6 meters deep. Around it are ornate balconies with arches and windows, where the ladies could sit and enjoy. And finally, we end our walk at the Victory Monument, built to commemorate the empire's military triumphs. Though in ruins today, it symbolizes the might of Vijayanagara, which once stretched across South India. Hampi is not just about stones, it's about stories. Every carving, every ruined wall, every temple here tells us about the vision of kings like Harihara, Bukka, and Krishnadevaraya, and the empire that flourished here until the Battle of Talikota in 1565. Even in ruins, Hampi stands as a timeless reminder of beauty, power, and devotion. That was our journey through the wonders of Hampi, from massive monoliths to royal enclosures and serene temples. For me, it feels like walking inside a history book that's still alive. Signing off from Shizu Bites. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this tour. See you in the next vlog with more stories from India's hidden gems.